Hi, Jordan. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Doc, yeah.
To be honest, I was a little concerned. I got your email.
This was kind of an emergency call.
It sounded like you're having a hard time with this transition from one president to another. Feel comfortable? You can tell me whatever you feel.
Okay.
I want to hear from everybody. Okay?
Screw him. He's a dumbass. He don't know what he's talking about.
Hank, that's not very nice.
I'm gonna tell you what we gotta do. Alright, we gotta have to change the system. Alright? It's gotta be Obama forever. Obama or nothing.
Maybe we owe him a chance. What do you think about that?
I think he's a misogynistic, racist homophobe. And he should be castrated. Just what I think.
Okay, fair enough, all right. What do the others think about this situation? Maybe they can help you figure out what to do about it.
My dad, he told me that he grabs women by the...
Hey, no, that's inappropriate. You cannot say that, okay? Let's not perpetuate that.
Hey, pardon me, sir. I think you have the wrong car.
Let's get into Split.
Overall reaction to the film. Good. See you guys next week.
Split is directed by M. Night Shyamalan, who you might remember from a couple of little tiny movies called The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, The Happening, and The Village.
It leaves a lot to question. It leaves a lot to say.
Last year he had this film called The Visit, which I haven't really actually sat all the way through. I remember watching it with some friends and I just didn't get through it. I might have fallen asleep during it. Not because it was bad, I think I was legit tired.
I think part of what's good about this movie is that it doesn't give you all the answers, and I think that's an M. Night Shyamalan
Trope.
Yeah, I think that's kind of his thing.
For me, I think my favorite of the Shyamalan movies, I mean, it's kind of it's between The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable.
That's the fun part of seeing this movie, is that you leave and I saw people, talking with each other. Wait, why was that guy there? Why was this person saying that? Why did that happen?
One thing that he's really good at as a director, it's kind of the Hitchcockian formula of misdirection.
Well, I remember you saying also that you thought that it was a little bit inappropriate for them to use certain themes in the movie,
There
and
were definitely...
without giving away what that thing is.
Yes, no, I wouldn't do that. There were definitely some heartstrings being pulled by the storytelling, and I thought that it wasn't too tasteful.
Wasn't handled right.
But maybe it was handled right, maybe it wasn't. I'd have to think about
A little
it.
further analysis on that.
Yeah.
He'll kind of bait you with something and then switch it later into a whole nother genre. So I think that that's very clever and intelligent filmmaking.
I mean, it didn't necessarily insult me, but it,
Do you think it might insult some people who have gone through that trauma?
I think there's there's a trauma experience. There's a trauma aspect to the movie that could be disturbing to people. Yes.
I liked Split. I thought it was a good movie. I had a good time with it. It was fun, if you want to call it fun, because it was definitely a really dark film. To be applauded in this film are the performances. McAvoy. Wow.
Professor
But
X.
he was fantastic.
McAvoy is a revelation.
Who are you? Help me get out of here, Hedwig.
You trying to trick me? I'll tell on you.
Aren't you the clever one?
I mean, he was so good in the film. He plays, 14 different characters, and he gives them each such nuance. It really displays a sense of control as an actor and real commitment to the craft, really.
Yeah, he really
I thought
killed
that,
it.
what is her name?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor, I mean, from The Witch, just
She-
right out of the gate, she already had
She's
me.
killing it.
Yeah, no, watch her.
There's a man here. He abducted us and he's going to kill me.
She's probably my Hollywood crush right now. She's powerful and she does that sort of like heroine, that sort of like unexpected heroine thing really, really well. I think she's the next big thing. I thought the woman who played the therapist was also fantastic. She knocked it out of the park. I do think that it was very flawed. There were some choices that I was a little bit confused about, perhaps things that I would have done differently, or even reveals or revelations that I might have spun a different way.
In this one, it was left a little too ambiguous, whereas the other ones are kind of finally, they kind of finish with like a definitive statement, like this is the twist.
Kind of like this year's 10 Cloverfield Lane, if you want to compare it to something. Don't expect this to be a horror movie. This is a psychological thriller with some horror and supernatural elements. I mean, I think it's fair to say that Shyamalan has sort of like declined in recent years since his sort of like big hits with like Signs, and I even like The Village, but everything from Lady in the Water up to The Happening, I'm just not a fan of. The structural sense is that he has a really big problem with the third act, and that's something that I would say was my main problem with this movie. It's got all this great stuff going on, these really intriguing concepts and great character stuff going on and building up, and then once you get to the third act, you know that there's going to be some twist. That's the Shyamalan trademark. You just kind of feel unsatisfied, or just sort of like, well, what was all the point of everything that we experienced before?
This one wasn't so much of a twist, but a little bit more of like a kind of a prolonged revelation about certain circumstances, and I personally am not sure if I fully understood it.
That was sort of my problem with this movie. I'm not saying I didn't like the twist, I'm just not totally sure I fully understood it.
I might need to see it again, because I didn't really get the last little wrap-up part of it.
If his intention was to leave you with questions, he certainly accomplished that goal. So despite that sort of like messy third act thing, a couple of choices here and there, maybe a few sort of pacing things, this movie was a pretty decent film, and it definitely had a lot going for it. It definitely deserves another view, or dig deeper into it, so I would probably be buying this on Blu-ray for sure. So I'm going to give this movie a B.
Give it a B minus.
B minus?
Like without thinking too much, I'd say B minus. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely liked it, but I didn't love it like I was kind of hoping to love it. But I do think that he's on his way back to kind of like the classic Shyamalan that we really fell in love with like Sixth Sense, Signs, and Unbreakable. Did you like Split? If you saw it, what'd you think about it? Let me know, leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Vigilante Mode Reviews. Until next time, guys, Vigilante Mode deactivated.
Okay, well, thanks for your thoughts. Bye.